if you are worried about where you're going to live, your roof coming down on you, what your next paycheck is, and whether you're going to be put on the street, why do you care about what happens to the polar bears and the planet? And so so then the question is, why does it matter for the people at the grassroots and in our community to care about the planet, right? And what's the linkage? So yes, the planet's in crisis, and it's going to mean a huge economic turnaround if we're going to save the planet. But if that economic turnaround to save the planet doesn't fundamentally restructure the economy, if it doesn't fundamentally restructure the equity balance in society, if it fundamentally doesn't speak to Latasha's condition, then our people aren't going to get on board with that because we're worried about where we're going to live, how we're going to eat, and our kids. So there has to be a green agenda that actually fits into the black and brown and working class people's agenda.
And is there one of those, Edith? Is that part of
Yeah, I don't see them as
do?
separate issues. I mean, when you're looking at climate change, the people who are going to be impacted are going to be the poor around the world. That's who's, I mean, you know, if you're wealthy, you move to another area. You don't have to worry about a storm. You have money that can fix your house afterwards. It's the wealthy, I mean, it's the poor people who are going to be impacted. So, and it's really the wealthy people who are creating the problem that are then going to impact the poor. So I don't think it's about polar bears in the Arctic. You know, it's about really how do we change the way we're living as a society so that, you know, the wealthy are not impacting the poor. And I think you can bring those together because certainly with affordable housing, and you can make it a green affordable housing. So you're living in a house that's less toxic and also saves electricity and is just a better place to live. And I think the city is trying to address some of those issues. You know, I think it's slow in coming and it can be more expensive. That's one of the issues we're dealing with right now. But it's something that has to be addressed. So.
I think Edith brings a good point that it is expensive up front, some of the costs for developing more sustainably, but in the long term, you do reduce your cost of electricity, of water use. And if they're already implementing this a lot in the private sector, you know, why not include this in the public sector as well? You know, a lot of the issues that people's face, as Gihan was saying, is how am I going to pay my monthly bills? I don't need to worry about those bigger problems. But if these, you know, new types of developments can decrease that amount that you pay every month, why not make that initial investment?